I was told to take some flowers so that I looked like a friend visiting this lady. We went into this very dark kitchen and I had to kneel down. I can remember the smell of disinfectant. I was terrified, absolutely terrified.
Thelma's story illustrates the desperate situation many women found themselves in before Britain legalised abortion.
She inserted this item quite deep into my vagina and it really was quite painful. I thought, well, supposing it kills me as well, what happens then? At the same time, I was preoccupied with the pain and just having to do that, to go through that without any sort of help.
Today, women seeking abortion are given specialist support throughout the process.
I felt safe. That was the most important thing. The process was really smooth. I had 2 appointments and the quality of care that I received at those appointments was really, really good. I felt looked after.
Had the abortion done and that was it. I got the aftercare offer that they said they will provide me with, and that was it. I'm just really, really happy that I had the choice and the information at hand.
This is a Higginson syringe, and inject soapy or detergent fluid into the uterus.
Before abortion was legal, women wishing to end their pregnancies had few safe options. Some self-administered dangerous at-home abortions, others went to backstreet abortionists.
I had no difficulty in finding an abortionist myself.
I have no medical training whatever.
Both practices were potentially life-threatening.
If she was really clearly unwell at the time, the abortionist would probably ask her to leave, but then go to a phone box and say, oh, I think there's somebody who's collapsed. Can you send an ambulance? And then they would then put the phone down, leave the young woman there, and then the ambulance would know where to come and pick them up. I do remember some young women being brought in who were very, very sick, almost, organ failure. And some of them were put on dialysis in a hope that they might then live. And I do remember some just on a ward, very, very, very sick. They were all young women. They were all in their 20s, maybe. And then they died.
Supposing I die here, what will happen? What will become of the family and the disgrace and everything? They would have disowned me. I wouldn't want any girl to go through that again, because it stays with you forever.
The late 60s saw a sexual and social revolution, bringing with it massive political change. Medical abortion was legalised in 1967 after a heated moral debate. It was this groundbreaking moment that paved the way for the comprehensive abortion care women receive today.
Once I had that appointment, the relief just kind of took over from there. I no longer felt scared that I was going to become a parent against my will.
I never had the feeling that I was judged for my decision or that it was the wrong decision.
We need to stop treating it as a tragedy and just treat it as a medical procedure, which is what it is.
Unless you are in the situation, you can't judge the situation. How are we talking to men about that, having unprotected sex, raping? What are we doing to hold men accountable for their actions? Nothing.
It was more to the fact that women should protect themselves and not allow this to happen. No, there was never any judgment passed on the man, it was always the woman, always.
Today, 1 in 3 women will have an abortion in their lifetime, but it is by no means without stigma, even 50 years on from legalisation.
A lot of women do have abortions, yes. A lot of women don't talk about the fact that they've had an abortion. And why is that? Shame, failure. It's very easy to make women feel guilty about having an abortion, and there's no reason why they should.
I was actually quite surprised to hear from other friends that they had one as well, even from family members, where I didn't expect it at all. And I don't know, you don't look like a person who had an abortion or something like that, so it was more the surprise.
The more open I was about it, the more people respond to me saying that they'd had one too. If women were to come out to their circle of friends and family and say they've had an abortion, we'd be surrounded by peers who've had abortions and we'd know about it. And when you are open about it and you're comfortable talking about it, it erases that stigma. So I think the conversation needs to happen and we need to stop feeling ashamed.